Here it is, my top 11 MMOs at this time. I say that because who knows what'll come and knock one of these off this list. I'm looking at you, EverQuest next. Okay, a few disclaimers. This is my list. In no way, shape, or form does this list mean that one game is better than another, or is of a lower quality, etc. It's just what I personally like better. Plus, a lot of these are on here for nostalgia's sake, so if you don't agree with my list, that's fine. It's all personal opinion anyway. You're just wrong. Also, I'm excluding all games that are no longer playable. That means no City of Heroes, Shadowbane, Star Wars Galaxies, or any other game that is no longer running. All of the games on this list you can currently play, so if you see one you like, just hop in. Okay, that's enough. The HiveLeader's Top 11 MMOs. Why 11? Because shut up! Guild Wars 2. One of the few big MMOs I haven't covered, Guild Wars 2 is a really good game. This sequel set out to change everything we know about MMOs. It was doing away with quest hubs and making questing more dynamic. It also did away with the class trinity to make teamwork and strategy more of a necessity. Plus, jumping! It was supposed to be the second coming of Jesus for MMOs. The graphics are amazing, the gameplay is fun, so why is it only number 11? Well, for me, this game just never clicked. I can't explain it, the game is phenomenal, but I don't know. I got nothing. World of Warcraft. Let's face it, if you're a fan of MMOs, you've probably stepped into World of Warcraft at some point or another. And whether you love it or hate it, this game has provided for some great gaming. It holds some of my best MMO moments. It's the first game I ever really raided in, and it was also the first MMO the WWMC and I played together. It has a buttload of content to plow through, a ton of in-game content to take part in, and is an all-around solid MMO. Has it been severely dumbed down since its original launch? Oh yeah. But it is still a really good first step to take for people looking to get into MMOs. I mean, there's a lot worse you could do. Not on this list, but you know what I mean. Final Fantasy XIV. The current media darling, Final Fantasy XIV is a game that has a lot going for it. Amazing graphics, a strong setting, and lots to do. This game takes a lot of things from other MMOs in existence and combines them into something great. Dynamic events, the ability to be any class, and active crafting. There are a few things that I personally don't like that keep this from being higher on the list, but we're not here to talk about those. Really, if you want to experience everything MMOs have to offer, that's Final Fantasy XIV. Plus, it's Final Fantasy. I mean, come on! EverQuest. A blast from the past. I started playing the original EverQuest on the day it launched, and played it for probably a good 3 years before I finally took a break. Man, this one was great. It was the first time I felt a sense of adventure in an MMO. The world was huge, and there was no easy way to travel about other than by foot. One of my favorite memories was the terrifying trip from Kinos to Freeport. It took 2 hours without Spirit of Wolf through high-level zones where monsters could kill you in a heartbeat. Simply awesome. Leveling took time, and each time you gained one was a big deal. Other selling points are spawn camping for hours at a time, ninja looting, half an hour sitting still to regenerate mana. Yeah, that tastes good. Or sounds good. Whatever. I don't really know if it's still that way. I played a bit, as you can see, and the graphics haven't held up too well. But hey, I lived and breathed for this game when I was young, so who cares? Tera. A lot of people didn't like this game, but I sure did. This is the first game I felt like got click combat right. It actually feels like action combat. Is this game a bit quest hub grindy? Yeah. But the combat is so enjoyable, I really found myself not caring. I just had fun ripping monsters to shreds, and I still do. When the game went free to play, I hopped in thinking it would be a fun distraction for a day or so, but the game ended up gaining a hold on me, and I still play to this day. I hop in and just demolish everything in my path. And I love it. The graphics are appealing, the crafting's alright, but really it's all about the combat. Oh, and the climbing is still slow as hell. Firefall. Firefall is another one of those games that took me completely by surprise. While the tutorial started off like many other MMOs, it suddenly stops, leaving you completely confused and wondering what the hell you're supposed to do. I loved this. This game is somewhat aimless, and that's the point. You do whatever you feel like. Progression is also horizontal, which is another idea I love. Instead of having levels, which distances new players from seasoned veterans, you can actually hop in on day one and play with a friend who's been playing for months. Firefall still has a ways to go before I think it's ready for prime time, but the ideas it has are close to my own, and even in beta, it's still fun to hop in and just go do whatever. It's the game I play when I don't feel like having a specific goal in mind, and that's why I love it. Meridian 59. The oldest game on my list, Meridian 59 was my first MMO. I already did an actual video on this one, so I'm not going to delve too deep into it other than to say it has skill-based progression rather than levels, an open PvP system that worked, and a community that couldn't be beat. at least at the time. But that doesn't matter. The game's progression system still makes it fun to play, and I wish other games would use it as an example. The only reason this one isn't higher is due to the fact that there's just not a lot of people playing anymore. I am praying someone updates the game and a new wave of people come in. It would make this easily my #1 game. And I got killed by a random PvPer.
Oh, come on! I've been on for like 5 minutes!
Dark Age of Camelot. A huge world to explore, fantastic PvE, even better PvP, Dark Age of Camelot is like lightning in a freaking bottle. It is the only game that ever got me into PvP, and that's saying a lot. Man, did I love it. And check these graphics. For as old as this game is, damn, they hold up well. The advancement system was fantastic, with true choices at every level. Lots of armor options, classes, and did I mention the PvP? 3-faction battlegrounds were some of the greatest times I've ever had in an MMO. Heck, this game was actually still hard to put down after the few hours I played just to get this footage. If you've never tried it, I strongly suggest it. Though with PvP being the main feature, I'm really not sure there's anyone low level around. You would probably need to get to max level to fully experience it. But hell, if it's anything like what I remember, it's worth it. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Once again, a lot of people didn't like this game, but me? I'm a Star Wars nerd, and I love Knights of the Old Republic. I think the setting is fantastic, and sure, the mechanics are just like every other MMO, but they're freaking solid. The graphics, I actually like. And oh yes, lightsabers. Plus, the storylines are damn good. I've played through 3 character storylines just by myself, and watched the WWMC play through several others. I don't care about endgame or PvP in SWTOR. All I care about is storyline and setting. Oh, and this is the first game I actually enjoyed crafting, because I didn't have to do anything. The companion system was also a welcome addition, as I'm pretty antisocial and would rather have my own group than group of strangers. My absolute favorite time in MMOs was playing this with the WWMC and our 2 companions. And it's still damn fun. Rift. This has been my main MMO for over a year. Oddly, I found myself placing it at #2. But hell, getting #2 on this list with all the MMOs I've played is basically like getting the gold medal at the Olympics. Rift pretty much has it all. I started playing this one on a whim when I was bored one day and was instantly sucked in. I didn't have a lot of time to play games at that point in my life, so instant adventures were perfect for quick play sessions. As my playtime grew, there were dungeons and raids, but the main draw was tons of customization. Man, oh man, do I love customizing in Rift. With the 3 soul system, you pick 3 different souls and place your points wherever you like. I have spent not just hours, but days perfecting my builds to be exactly the healer I want to be. You want to heal with shields? You can. Want to heal over time? Check. Want to do burst heals? Got that too. What about healing while damaging? That's there as well. Another plus is that most classes can do whatever role they want. Want to be a mage healer? Cleric tank? Yep. Rogue tank? Oh yes. Warrior tank? Well, that's pretty normal, but you better believe it! In fact, my love of Rift is the reason I began making videos, so go show it some love. It's free to play, so play. Go. Go! The Secret World. When I started making this list, I honestly didn't see this one coming, but the more I thought about it, the more I could not justify placing any game above The Secret World, even my main MMO Rift. Why? Because everything you can do in Rift, you can do in the Secret World as well, except that the Secret World has one kick-ass setting. I'm not a huge fan of horror games or movies, but the Secret World just grips me. When I first hopped into this game for my Secret World video, I was hooked. The storyline is great, and the quests are fun and engaging. Especially investigation quests. Investigation quests are probably one of the coolest and simultaneously frustrating experiences I've had in recent memory, but I love them. All of the character customization from Rift is here, with the ability to do whatever you'd like with just one character, whether it's healing, DPS, or tanking. All the areas are great and play off of different horror tropes perfectly. The combat is a nearly perfect blend of action and hotkey combat. Add in that the game also looks gorgeous, albeit terrifying, and you've got one hell of an MMO. If you see this one for sale on Steam, grab it. Hell, just buy it anyway. It gets my strongest recommendation. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Do you want to stay updated with future videos? Then make sure to click that little subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below, and if you really want to help me out, make sure to share this video with anyone you think might enjoy it. If you want to watch some of my other videos, then you can click on them right here. You can also visit our website for more reviews of games, TV, movies, and more.